Okay, so we're back to our driving videos. So I got a few things to talk about today. The first is I want you to pay close attention to how much snow is on the ground. Okay, as you can tell by the videos, looking around the video, there is not a lot of snow on the ground. Maybe a few inches. So what this video will show is how much the difference in snow can change in the matter of miles. Because right now, we're currently in Marquette. We had to do a little bit of grocery shopping since everybody's all staying home for the COVID-19 scares. And hot coffee. So everybody's staying home for these COVID-19 scares, and since that, we just had to go pick up some perishables and stuff like that. Stuff we were running a little low on potatoes and some veggies, stuff like that. Anyway, so the first thing, and I didn't take any video running around the store, but people are not flipping listening to the recommendations. The recommendations that have come out by the government are saying, you should stay home unless it's essential, and if you do have to go to the store, don't take your kids with you. And oh man, the amount of people I seen walking around the store with their kids, even husband and wives together, with all their little kids running around touching everything. And it's like, you guys listen well. No wonder your kids don't listen. You don't listen. So as you can see, we were in Marquette there. There are a few inches of snow. Here it looks deeper, but that's only because the road's kind of in a valley and the hills go upwards on the sides. So it's really not as deep as it seems, but you'll see in just a few moments, once we just go up our first mountain, and we Midwesterners consider these mountains, I don't know what the people out west would consider them, because out west, they're used to mountains that are several thousand feet, whereas the city of Marquette, the majority of the city of the Marquette, they range in elevation between 610 feet and about like 700 or something like that. And whereas where I live at, south of Marquette, we're up 1,500 feet, something like that. So we're about 800 feet higher than the city of Marquette. It's not a huge lot when you go out west, and there's changes in elevation in thousands of feet, but it's a lot for here, and the snow really tells the difference. You can watch the snow right here, and I've seen a lot of people walking around the store with masks on. Even more people had gloves on. They didn't have a mask on, but they had gloves on. I think they forgot that this is a respiratory illness. I mean, I get the glove thing, but you're gonna wear gloves because you're gonna touch all this shit, but you're not gonna wear a mask. I understand masks are in short supply. I was thinking about this earlier today. There's a real quick way to know if you should be running around with a mask on or not. Because honestly, the masks should be for our healthcare professionals, the ones that are, or emergency responders, the ones that are on the front lines, the ones that, somebody's sick, somebody's injured, somebody calls for help, somebody seeks help. They are the ones that have to respond. Those of us regular people that don't have to respond, and all we have to do is go home and stay home and be isolated and all that. We don't per se have to have this pretty little mask on, especially if they're in short supply. But anyways, I was kind of shocked going to the store. Well, I'm not shocked. I'm not even surprised that this is the case. So most of the shelves had food on them. Most. I think because all the restaurants closed. Today's now Sunday. All the restaurants closed. They had like hardly any, if all, cooking oils. I think everybody decided to do their own fish fries at home on Friday because there was hardly any vegetable oil. I don't need any vegetable oil, so that's okay. We're going up First Mountain, if you wonder. This is Marquette Mountain. It is. We change elevation quite a bit. I think we go from like 610 feet all the way up to about 1,200 feet, all in a matter of about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles up this hill. You know, your car spends a good couple minutes, you know, shifting down and climbing, and it goes. So then we crest the top of this mountain. Now the snow has come up a little bit, not much, but you know, the sun is just so powerful this time of the year. So it does its job melting the snow. But okay, so back on what we were talking about, store shelves. Okay, quick foods, you know, like SpaghettiOs and soup and frozen pizzas and stuff like that, gone. You know, I'm watching people run around with shopping carts with like 20 in their shopping cart. No limit on that stuff. Okay, but you go to buy, you know, and they've instituted limits on even buying meat, so people can't, you know, buy a crap ton of meat. So I looked at buying some meat. I don't really need it right now, but watching how these limits are working, I might want to start buying it, because like chicken breasts, for instance, you can buy chicken breasts. They have them in stock. There's a limit of 2 per sale per customer. So unless you're going to make 10 trips to the store, which sounds stupid, I'm going to have to just go to the store and buy it. Same thing, hamburger is limited 2 per person. So like I seen one shopping cart, man, I should have took pictures of this, but I didn't. I seen one shopping cart. That person had like, I don't know, 30 boxes of Hamburger Helper. Now it is possible. I remember when I had a big family at home and we had, you know, 4 kids and 2 adults, and you know, we did some shopping. Never once did I buy 20 boxes of Hamburger Helper. It's just crazy. If you've got a family of that size, somebody better learn how to cook real food, not quick food. Once in a while, we might go buy some frozen pizzas, but man, that gets expensive in a hurry. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, here's the other thing. So we're now at Crossroads, okay, and gas price here at Crossroads is $1.99 a gallon. Okay, we're kind of in between south of Marquette, heading towards Gwinn. Gas $1.99 a gallon. You go into the city of Marquette, which is usually always cheaper. Gas is 15 cents higher in the city of Marquette. You know why that is? Because it's all about demand and what they can get for it. Okay? Very few people are traveling the back roads. Okay? So, except for the people that live here. There might be a few more travelers. I don't know where in the hell they're going. I know I'm trying to heed the warnings. Like, we just made this store, or I say we, but there's nobody in the car with me. It's just me. I didn't even bring the dog. Normally I bring the dog everywhere. But so the government recommendations is for everyone to try to hunker down. Well, my work is they will allow me to work from home. I always do anyways. The only hard part is doing the inspection part, but they've got a new procedure where we ask the people to take their own pictures and send them to us, and then we spend the majority of our time analyzing photos for shit we find wrong. It's doable, it's just a little harder to do. So we gotta stay home and not go anywhere. Okay, well, I know how to do that. That's not hard. The hard part I guess I'm gonna have is what to do being home all the time. Normally a good chunk of my time is spent driving, and I'm interested because this is going to be a massive change for me. I'm used to, this drive to the grocery store and back, which is like, for me, like 40 miles, is nothing. I'm used to doing 400 or 500 a day. All right, so now we're going up the next mountain. You can probably hear the car downshifting as we're climbing the mountain. We will get completely above Marquette Mountain. I believe we're going to be, elevation-wise, we'll be about, to the peak of Marquette Mountain, we'll probably be about 10 feet above the peak of Marquette Mountain. Cars don't ever drive to the peak. I don't believe it's even possible to drive a car to the peak. But, yeah, so couple things, people. Essential only. So the governor has closed almost friggin' everything. I mean, the only thing I don't understand why they haven't closed yet, what is the purpose of the hotels being open? Okay? Somebody, anybody, answer that question for me. What is the purpose for the hotels to be open? Unless you've got medical staff that need to stay somewhere to stay. Other than that, they ought to shut them down. They've already closed everything else. They closed the restaurants, they closed the bars, they closed the barber shop. My local barber that I go to, there's never more than 3 people there because it's just a small little barber in the middle of nowhere, but he is ordered to close. So I'm going to start looking really scruffy pretty soon. I normally go get a haircut every 2 to 3 weeks, and yeah, that's not going to happen. I was planning to do it Monday, so I'm already looking pretty bad. And, yep, I'm just going to have to wait. How long? I don't know. We'll see how long this goes. I'd be willing to bet if I go longer, a week or 2 after this, and I'm still looking really scruffy, I'm either gonna find somebody with a pair of clippers, or I'm gonna call my barber and say, hey, you want to do this at my house or your house? Because we know where each other live. It's a small community. So, and they're like, oh, well, there's help coming. Yeah, right. So think of the little small barbers we have, okay? They charge like $10, $15 a haircut. They might do 3 or 4 an hour, but they have their own bills to pay and equipment to maintain and all that. So you've now put them out of work. And most of them don't receive, a W-2 or anything like that. So they're not eligible for unemployment. So you want to tell me again, how is this saving anything? The salons, maybe. That makes sense. Especially your bigger salons, the ones that have, more than 2 chairs, but your smaller ones, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Especially, they could be more restrictive, and they could say, well, instead of instead of, oh, have you noticed how much deeper the snow has gotten? The hill does not go upwards. The snow does. And it's going to get really deep in just a minute. Oh, looky. Good timing. Plane going over the road. Hey, that brings up another question. Okay, why in the hell are the planes still flying? You know, they're down to like 40% capacity. Nobody's flying. And they figure that this is how this thing is spreading so fast, is because like a person had it and flew here and flew there and flew here. And why in the heck are they still flying? You are more likely to catch this thing from somebody flying through an airport than you are to catch this thing from somebody sitting at the barber shop. Hey, I told you the snow's getting deep, didn't I? So this airport has a 10-foot fence all the way around it. And that snow is almost to the top of that fence. So I'm going to turn the camera. There's my mirror. There's the snow. We've only been driving, well, you can watch the little timer maybe on the bottom of the video. We've been driving for 16 minutes. How deep do you think the snow's going to get? Spring can hurry up and get here, I know that's for sure. I don't... my only, I guess, yeah, it's not so much of a fear as it is a concern with this. Everything's getting shut down, everything's getting locked down. You've got some parts of the world, we'll use Europe for example, they've already mandated that kids aren't going to return to school till the fall. Okay, so if they're worried about it spreading that far into fall, and there is far more panicky people here than there is there, life as we know it's going to change a lot. Thankfully, you know, we've got technology to help with our communication abilities, but yeah, let's see, but so that's my plan for the day. Or no, I don't think I told you my plan for the day. Hey, looky, snowbank's nice and deep again, and it comes back down. It used to be even higher, but it is melting. Like this area here, you couldn't see these signs a week ago. This is melting way down. I will tell you, I'm going to go straight this time, just so you guys that never watch my videos, since you're all sitting home probably watching my video, or on your smart device or whatever watching my video, I'm going to show you that if anybody does feel like taking a drive, see in front of me that great big tail? We're going to slow down a little bit, get some good video here. This is a static display, okay? There is a B-52 sitting right there. A lot of people don't know that we have a static display of fighters and all that right here in the Upper Peninsula. So as soon as the snow goes away, this is a park. It is free to go to, and you can let's put that back on the mount. You can make a drive up this way. You know, gas is cheap. Gonna have to pack a lunch because, you know, there ain't no restaurants open. Drive-thrus are open, but it'll only be a matter of time before they shut that completely too. So you make a drive up here and you come check it out. This is another old B-52 base. The only difference between this one is, for those of you in the eastern UP that watch my videos, we don't have any prisons here, but it is another old base. We do have a great big sawmill. It's kind of in front of us. You can see in the distance there. But yeah, I'm gonna go home and well, that was the other thing that was kind of out when I was at the store. You know, they were a lot of their baking products. You know, like they had lots of flour, eggs. They had limitations on eggs, but they didn't have baking soda. I don't know if people are making their own soaps or what the heck they're doing, but they didn't have any baking soda. So I'm pretty sure I got plenty at home. If not, I'll find some. But I'm gonna go home and do a bunch of baking. A lot of the quick stuff, you know, you buy a refrigerated dough or frozen dough. You know, that stuff was sold out completely. You know, you can tell that most of our society nowadays, or at least a good chunk of them, don't know how to bake from scratch. Not sure, did their parents not teach it to them, or their grandparents not teach it to them, or maybe they were too fascinated with their smartphone to have to learn it. But I'm gonna go home and do some baking, make some cookies, make some sweets. Got the stuff to do I got a couple of big roasts in the freezer that we're gonna make. I'm gonna make a roast with potatoes and carrots and rutabagas. Oh, it'll be yummy. And yeah, since we're all locked down, well, we're not locked down. I don't know why I say the lockdown word, because we're not locked down. Everybody is free to go as they please, but they're telling you to self-isolate on your own. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't plan on going to the store now for at least 7 days. And if everyone could do that little bit, okay, I'm gonna go 7 days, at least 7 days before I go to the store again. We've got enough food, we've got supplies, we got resources, and we got plenty of snow still. So yeah, let's have you guys all do the same thing. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, go to the store, get what you need, stay home for 7 days. If you can, unless you know you're part of that group that still has to work. You know, so a lot of you may be in the retail sector or medical sectors, or even essential services. You know, like you're out delivering fuel or whatever. You know, those are all essential things. But yeah, anybody needs some snow, I know I'll give it away for free. We picked up, I don't know, probably 6 inches maybe in the last storm, and now they're talking we're going to pick up some more. So winter might be over for most of the country.